Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be, I believe, between 120 and TBCBM. This is Undead versus Undead. Been casting a lot of Undead games lately. Yes, Undead versus Undead. I'm not quite sure why I'm casting so many Undead games. There just seems to be a lot of Undead games out there. I bet you $100 that Undead wins. Do you want to take that bet? Oh, thank you, Jacob Shin 1 for the follow. Always nice to have some follows here, as we do see an Altar of Darkness, Crypt, and Ziggurat now being placed down. This is going to be on Twisted Meadows, and I did purposely change the colors around so that 120 is blue and matches the population count right there. Now, we are going to be looking at, well, very, very similar builds, I believe. Both sides opening up with Altar of Darkness and Crypt. And no one's going to be going for, at least not Crypt Fiends first. Death Knight most likely going to be the main strategy, and we'll see what it follows up with, as that Death Knight should be able to do a bit of strong creeping. We've seen the Death Knight with that Death Coil, how powerful it is, and I just got to make a note. If anyone from Blizzard is watching this, please make an orb of fire, or change the orb coming from the Arcane Vault to actually be useful. One of the main reasons why all of the remaining three races tech to tier 3 is to get that orb. Orb of Corruption, extremely powerful. Orb of Venom, extremely powerful. Orb of Lightning, extremely powerful. But one of the main problems, though, is that orbs generally favor agility-based heroes. The more often you attack, the more powerful they are. Orb of Corruption being one of those items that, well, it sits on the Lich just because it adds so much damage and it allows you to focus fire off of a ranged attack. That's one of the reasons why Orb of Corruption is so powerful. But everything else, the more quickly you attack, you're able to proc more purges, you're able to switch targets with Orb of Venom. It actually does more damage. Death Knight now coming across here. Oh, okay, no easy time to talk about anything, as we do see Death Knight with double skeletal minions coming in to engage. Acolyte now heading back off to the north there, doesn't want to get taken out all too easily, as the units are now backing off on both sides. Meanwhile, we're going to take a look at here. Death Knight, skeletal minions now heading back. Where are they going? Everyone just doing a little bit of scouting here, trying to feel out what their opponent is doing. Sitting at 17/20 supply. Yeah, so basically that's all I gotta say. If you can somehow make an orb that is not based upon how quickly you can attack, that would be great. Or if you can make it similar to the Orb of Corruption, where it enables other units to be much more successful, that would be great as well. Acolyte trying to figure out where it can go, gonna dance around every which way. Beautiful micro coming across here as the Ghoul got that final shot. So there is going to be a little bit of experience right there. Meanwhile, Death Knight tries to go after this Null Overseer creep camp, this 5/3/3. It is taking a lot of damage here, needs to get to level 2, should be able to do exactly that, just because, well, it was able to take down an Acolyte earlier. There is that Death Coil, gets to level 2, picks up Unholy Aura. It will be able to regenerate some additional hit points as the units are now backing off. I want to give Undead another siege units. All the other 3 races have 3, but Undead only has 1. Alright, so Frostworms, would you consider Frostworm a siege unit? It does have good ranged attacks from the air. Yeah, probably not like the Chimeras. Anyways, let's go ahead and back across over here. Death Knight, Crypt Fiend, Skeletal Minions now moving out. The Death Knight is sitting at level 2, does have Unholy Aura, able to move significantly faster. But really, if you give Undead siege damage, more siege damage, is the Undead going to become far too strong? Right now, one of Undead's greatest weaknesses is that they are not able to take down bases very easily. They're able to take down a lot of armies with that Undead piercing damage, magic damage, but they're not very good at taking out a lot of other armies there. Anyways, Death Knight now looking to back up here. Null Overseer going to go ahead and engage back down onto the ground. Death Knight trying to clear out some more creep camps. Going to go after the Forest Troll Warlord, using a lot of mana to pick up those items, and now also picking up True Shot Aura. Where is my daughter? My daughter is still in school. She's in after-school care right now. I am not being a negligent father, as the Death Knight is going to look to pick pick up that 100 bit of experience, or it's 115? Alright, getting a little bit more experience than I thought, as the Forest Troll Trapper will get taken down there. Or was it 85? It may have been a 15 experience loss. Death Coil saving that Crypt Fiend right there, as the Death Knight sitting at level 3 does have that True Shot Aura giving bonus damage to those Crypt Fiends. Back at the other end, this Death Knight sitting at level 2 hasn't cleared out a large mercenary camp yet, and is going to be forced to back away. He's going to be slightly sad to see that this creep camp has already been cleared, as units coming back out. Can't counter tanks without lots of melee, but just a siege unit. Something like Raider, but only siege damage. No net or anything. Valid point right there. Siege engines are extremely powerful and very difficult to take out. Hey, X-Ghost, thank you for catching the stream. Thank you for watching for the past 3 years. And hello to Holland. Death Knight now looking to engage, going after the Acolytes here. We are upgrading the Black Citadel, so we know that 120 does not want to lose any Acolytes right now. It would be a severe hit on the economy or a loss in terms of tech. Death Coil saving that Crypt Fiend right now. The units are now looking to back away. It is 3 Crypt Fiends and a Lich with a Death Knight chasing after all of those units, and you do not want to get into such a bad fight. This Crypt Fiend gonna go ahead and rejoin. Lich looking to join in on this fight as well, as it looked as though, yeah, skeletal minions are now making their way across. You can see that the skeletal minions are doing a bit of, doing a little bit of harassment onto a ghoul, but not gonna do very much. Meanwhile, back across here in the middle portion of the map, Undead needs to regroup. Unholy Aura with True Shot Aura, but we don't see a Lich yet. I don't see a second hero yet. We are going to Black Citadel. Where is the other hero? Death Knight back across over here. You can take a look. Death Knight now running back away. We see the Lich already out for 120, but nowhere even on the board for TBC BM. How is all of this going to go down here, as the Lich still sitting at level 1, Frost Nova, that mana preciously being saved right now, as we are going to go into Crypt Fiends and Obsidian statues, which will transition into Destroyers. Death Knight now wandering out here, gonna go after this Forest Troll Warlord, but could end up getting creep jacked. Yes, that is exactly what's happening here. Death Knight looking to finish off this Forest Troll Warlord, will get the final blow, pick up that item, Boots of Quoth the Lost, Death Coil onto that, or sorry, Frost Nova onto that Crypt Fiend. Is the Crypt Fiend gonna be able to make it out? Down to 11 hit points, it gets taken down, as the Death Knight was low on mana and did not have a cooldown anyways to try and get that final shot. Units continuing to battle it out. 120 getting one of those ogres, as you see the skeletal minions trying to engage again. The Obsidian statue perhaps trying to tip things in favor the other way, but the skeletal minions are just taking far too much damage. Death Knight may try to re-engage once more, as you see a little bit more damage is being added again. Death Knight now looking to back up, pulling away. Tome of Intelligence +2 picked up by the Lich, getting an additional +2 points of damage, as well as we're still looking and waiting for TBC BM's Lich to make it out onto the field. That Lich is so powerful with Orb of Corruption, and also being able to slow down those, slow down any trailing units, making retreat a very, very expensive choice. Death Knight now looking to head back, already down to 243 hit points. You saw the Frost Nova, how quickly it slowed down that Death Knight, allowing the Crypt Fiends to get in additional damage, and the Lich still doesn't even have an Orb of Corruption yet. An Orb of Corruption would have perhaps put that Death Knight into the danger zone in terms of damage, since it would be at only 0.8 armor, effectively losing 30% of, or effectively taking 30% more, no, is it 30% more damage, or is it effectively losing 30% of its hit points? Yeah, that's the phrase that I was looking for. Death Knight now making its way back down. Obsidian statues are across here. Lich sitting at level 1. We do not see a Dark Ranger or anything else on the way. Death Knight is nearby. He is going to be getting some experience. Dark Ranger has joined in on the fight as well. No one is going to be able to level up off of this creep camp, but at this point, what the Obsidian statues are doing is, well, giving experience while keeping all of these units high in health. That's what you want to do. The Obsidian statues are such a powerful unit. They're able to heal across multiple units so quickly and effectively, as you now see an absorb mana, double destroyers in the air. Once all of these units are fairly high on health, they're going to engage. And what is this? Ogre Magi quickly taken down. Dark Ranger is in position here. You see a little bit of damage. Scroll of Town Portal quickly being used. Ogre Magi going to get taken down, as you see the Dark Ranger getting to level 2 right before the teleportation. The Destroyers trying to finish off a Crypt Fiend here. There's a Frost Nova, slow-moving Crypt Fiend, gonna have a very bad day as it is gonna get taken down. We still have a handful of easy creep camps. This creep camp across here. We still have this red creep camp here as well, in addition to the Goblin Laboratory. The Goblin Laboratory camps are difficult to creep with Destroyers, though, since those goblins are in fact, excuse me, those, not the golems, in fact, are magic immune. Now, as things are transitioning into the mid-game, it looks like no one has yet established a very, very strong strategy. We're looking at 49 supply compared to 50. Both sides just doing a little bit more creeping, and it may come down to who actually gets the Lich to level 3 first. Level 3, level 2 on both Liches, I take it back. Now 120, level 3 on that Lich. And with maximum mana, that Frost Nova is going to melt away many of those Crypt Fiends. One of the benefits that is not often talked about is the Death Knight's Death Coil is a missile, is a tracking missile target. It isn't a skill shot by any means. You just click on the unit and it will hit it, but it has to actually travel there. The Lich's attack is an instantaneous Frost Nova and can actually finish off the unit before the Death Coil hits its target. We're going to be looking at perhaps a little bit more creeping here. Death Knight sitting at level 4, but things are not looking good for TBCBM unless he is able to catch his opponent off guard, or perhaps gets a large enough army where he can trade efficiently before his opponent picks up too many items. That's one of the downsides. If you have the larger army only by 5 to 10 supply, but your opponent has better items, the items generally win. Yes, it has been a lot of Undead games lately. I don't know why why all the replay sites I view are focusing on Undead right now. Perhaps it's just, you know, I don't have an explanation. Maybe Undead has just become more and more of a favorable race to play. Dark Ranger sitting at level 2. Lich is sitting at level 3. This is blue. Meanwhile, red is making its way over. Lich is still sitting at level 2 right now. And that level 3 Frost Nova, or level 3 Lich with that level 2 Frost Nova, may be the main difference. Dark Ranger, about to get to level 3, has double Slippers of Agility, which is her primary attribute. As the unit's now teleporting back. Level 3 on the Dark Ranger just in time, as the units are now rounding back out. Skeletal minions are going to be coming across. This is a potential creepjack in a bad spot. Do you want to engage right here, right now? Death Knight, Death Coil, Frost Nova taken down in a moment as the units are now looking to back up again. Death Coil is in time. Lich does get to level 3 as you see a bit of focus damage right there. Death Coil saving that Crypt Fiend from behind. There's that Frost Nova, 59 supply compared to 53 as Death Coils are going left and right. I believe that Death Coil was just a second late. Will this Death Coil get taken down? No Death Coil there. Lich still battling it up as Destroyers are getting taken out as well. Units are just falling in every which direction. Another Death Coil missing. Death Coils missing because they are a missile are just common occurrence right now. As you see, this Destroyer down to 70 hit points. Is it going to be able to survive? No, it is not. The Death Knight does not get a Death Coil in time. 47 supply compared to 41. Everyone is just diving into different directions, trying to save their targets as the Lich of red is taken down. TBCBM now only looking at a Death Knight and a Dark Ranger with some Destroyers in the air. Meanwhile, units are still doing a bit of chasing. The Death Knight with, well, True Shot Aura Rune Bracers. The Rune Bracers on the Death Knight perhaps should have been given to the Lich, as the Lich would have been able to absorb a lot more damage. Obsidian Statue now attempting to provide mana back to everything else. Are these units going to be enough? Lich plus 19 attack between True Shot Aura. That Lich is a main damage dealer, and then you add in the fact that it is -5 armor. Why doesn't that Lich have the Rune Bracers? Crypt Fiend could get taken down. Is it going to get taken down right there? Unit now looking to pull back. Units are going to be heading back off to the north here as we are looking at him battling up against an almost level 5 Death Knight. Almost level 5 Death Knight, almost level, or level 4 Lich, almost level 4 Dark Ranger, as the units are now going to town inside the space right here. Scroll of Town Portal, units all going to teleport away. Both sides burning the Scroll of Town Portal, but 120 right now having a 30% gold advantage. skeletal minions coming back the other way. Are the destroyers going to be able to get there in time? Oh, Frost Nova onto the Abomination. Abomination going to get, well, absolutely stuck there. Death Coil not in time. That is, I believe, the 4th Death Coil that is not in time in this match, as the Crypt Fiends are now just going after all of these destroyers. Crypt Fiends looking to poke down one of those destroyers. Death Coil is in time this time around, as it looks like it should get taken down eventually. Frost Nova onto a low hit point Crypt Fiend. Both sides still fighting it out. Nothing with medium armor as the Dark Ranger gets to level 4. 50 supply compared to 49. Death Coil onto, I believe, that destroyer, who now jumps back up into the air. Death Knight now sitting at level 5. As the units are retreating. 120 now with the upper hand, as we are now going into Banshees. Are Banshees going to be the main difference in this fight? As we take a look, oh, a potential creep jack in a very bad spot. Units are going to go ahead and engage. The rock golems getting in damage all across the board, as this Crypt Fiend should get taken down in just a matter of seconds. Death Knight still having to play around. A very, very dangerous game here, as the Banshees and the, well, units are now still trying to head back. Dark Ranger very low on hit points. The 6th Death Coil not missing, or not hitting its target. I do not know why a Death Coil is so hard to heal a unit right now, but I cannot believe the number of Death Coil misses. I promise I did not watch this game. I just said it is important that you know that it is a missile as opposed to instantaneous. Lich now back in the game right now, going after these units. Rock Golem trying to get in some bonus damage as well, as we do see some ensnares. All right, Forest Troll Trapper getting taken down. However, 120 getting that experience there. More, well, Dark Rituals or Death Pack. Not quite sure what the animation was on that, as the Lich, 120's Lich, has 600 mana. Units are now making their way back out. 50 supply compared to 50 supply. Where can the units really travel to? It doesn't look like there's any place that you can set up an expansion. And with the Death Knight, with such powerful items, sitting at level 5 compared to his opponent's level 4 Death Knight, there's not much that can be done. All right, Obsidian statues are here, ready to go. Let's take a look at this back across here. Altar of Darkness. Is it going to get saved? That is a big question now. Sheer number of units should be able to finish this off, as the Banshee, well, no anti-magic shell on it. It quickly gets focused down. All right, Altar of Darkness down to 105. A couple of towers in the back trying to slow things up for everyone else, as it looks as though more damage is being absorbed. Black Arrow, level 2. Dark Minions now joining in on the fight, as the Dark Ranger looks to get back in as well. Death Knight, well, uses a potion of healing just in time. Is he going to be able to make its way back out, as the Death Knight does get a Death Coil off ever so barely. Frost Nova quickly finishing off another Crypt Fiend, though, as this Death Knight going after another unit. Is it going to be able to finish off that final shot? There it goes. Level 5 on this Death Knight now, as the Lich and the Death Knight completely separated from the rest of the army. Units going straight, diving into the base, as 120 loses the game. Or, sorry, excuse me, 120 takes the game by diving into TBCBM's base. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.